Good morning, everyone. I'm Marla Copal, and I'm here today to talk about a few things. But first, I want to invite you to my 5-day challenge starting on Tuesday, March 29th. So, what's going on is we're going to look at how you sell you first in order to sell more. Stop hiding behind your thing. But one of the things that we have to look at when we come in here is really all the assets that you bring to your business that will attract others and how you position those to get you the audience you need. The next thing will be for you to look at the ways open. So we always talk about being positive or things like that. And the thing that goes on with being positive is it's hard. It's hard. So what you have to do is learn to look at things a little differently. So you find the ways that are open. So it could just be a little crack in the door, but I want you to get your eyesight shifted and changed and your mindset shifted and changed. So if you feel you're scrappy, you're someone who, dang it, no matter what, I'm going to get it done. And you have history of finding those solutions in your past. I'll bet you've forgotten some of those. And I'll bet you don't always think you're scrappy. And I'll bet you sometimes you sit around and waste a lot of time thinking you just hit a dead end. I want you to know that dead ends are a mindset. There are no such things as dead end. Look at COVID. COVID could have been a huge dead end for a lot of people. And they turned around and they got going what they needed to go. However, a lot of people, good morning, everyone. The people who made choices to change or pivot with COVID, some got really good skills acquired. They acquired some new skills. Others tried to find a formula and an easy way to step through, and they're still struggling today to find those results that they want. So the one thing you want to do when you're making changes in your life is never lose who you are. Never look at somebody else or another system and say, well, they got it. So I just need to fit into that mold, and the mold is for a generic concept delivery. The mold is designed to help you say, oh, I fit here. So how am I going to use that to fit? So there are no absolutes out there in the world of business, like with marketing. Good morning, Sarah. Or with, there's some techniques that you want to use consistently, but you got to check in on your mindset. If it feels awkward to you, it's probably because it's not your style. If it feels awkward to you, it may be feeling contrived, forced. So who are you? So, I know there's a lot of people who sweat going live. They sweat going live because they think maybe they have to have a script or they have to have it all written out, and they don't have the time to do that. So some people like to be more structured, and they go live on a weekly basis in order to be able to have the time to plan for that. I push myself to go live every day because in my years of training sales and the things that I've done, I always had an outline to work from, but the questions that came out of the classroom sometimes were from Mars. So I had to be able to be flexible and handle those questions. So I could have seen some of those questions as dead ends, or I could have thought, how do I understand what they asked me? So I ask another question back. I ask a few more questions before I come up with an answer. So I sit here every morning and I come up and I go, well, what are some of the questions I've gotten from people this week? Well, I get a lot of how questions. How do I? And before I go into the how for people, if it's a basic question or system oriented, whatever, we can handle it. But if I hear it's I don't know the next step to take kind of how, then we have to have a discussion. And those are all prompted and by questions, because I don't know how to answer that person's question until I know what's going on in their head. So a lot of my job is listening, and I probably got on these lives just because it's hard to talk about how you listen when that is really the essence and the nut of this job. So when you come into this 5-day challenge, we're going to take a look at your history, a lot of it, not as it relates to a job, not as you fit into somebody else's box, but I want you to come and I want you to be able to celebrate every skill, talent, adventure you've ever had. And then I'm going to show you how you work that in to who you are, how you identify who you're helping in the market, and then how you can sell more, and then always find your way open into the next step. So join us for this 5-day challenge. The information is in the comments. You've got to join my study group because all the classes will be held inside that. So you've got the link. Invite yourself in today. Answer the questions that I ask you, please, because I need to know how to help you. And join us and get yourself going. So it starts next Tuesday, the 29th. I actually forgot to review the time to be sure I'm accurate. I'm trying to get some of my clients in from Australia and from Britain. So I picked a time early afternoon that can suit both of them. And I want to serve you. So join us next week for Sell You to Sell More, a 5-day challenge to understand all the ways open you have, maybe all the ones you haven't tried yet, and help you come up with an action plan that's going to help you finish out 2022 marketing very, very successfully online. I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Thanks.